Hello, friends, and welcome to today's episode. She tried hard not to cry, but she just couldn't take it any longer. She could no longer take it. She tried to calm herself down by looking away and out the nearby window. But then she heard someone, turned around to look, and saw him standing there, putting her attacker down a notch. What she didn't know was that this man was dying to do something. Savannah Phillips thought she was a woman with a lot of energy. Both at her job and as a mom, she worked hard. Even though she worked hard at everything in her life, she always had the feeling that she wasn't good enough. Savannah would book a plane seat with no one sitting next to her whenever she could. Today, the plane was full, which was too bad for her. She started to feel herself getting nervous. She tried to breathe, but she didn't know what would happen on the plane. Savannah's weight had been a problem for most of her life. Due to her size, she had heard everything. Some people were cruel, and others were just stupid. Whether it was on purpose or not, it hurt her self-esteem. People in America have been overweight for a long time, so it's not something new. Body bashing is a newer trend, though. This doesn't help solve the situation or encourage anyone to lose weight. Savannah knew this, and even though she tried to have a stronger skin, she had always been sensitive about it. Savannah didn't fly because she liked it, she flew because she had to. She had to take a lot of work trips and get on planes. Even though she didn't like the small rooms, she had to deal with them. She had figured out how to get over her fear of flying. She would book the seats around her so that no one would be sitting next to her. This would make her feel more relaxed and less squished. Savannah had already bought her ticket, but they told her it was full, so she had to try again. When she got to the gate, she asked the person helping with check-in if anyone had canceled. She just shook her head. Savannah would have to get on the plane, which was already full, without a place. Savannah has never had a good time on a crowded plane. She looked at the person at the front desk and tried to talk to them. But she looked at her and told her it couldn't be done because there were too many people on the plane. As Savannah walked to the plane, she could see all the other people on either side of her. She could feel that everyone was watching her. She didn't like it, and she could slowly feel her nervousness growing. She just kept looking at her feet and saying over and over, "It'll all be over soon." She tried to get rid of the bad feeling in her gut, but she couldn't. Her gut told her that something was going to happen. Savannah was now getting on the plane. When she saw how full the cabin was, she tried to calm down and make her way to her seat. She found her place, but it was by the window, and a man was sitting in the aisle seat of the row. When he saw her standing there, he rolled his eyes and stood up so she could go by. When she walked by, he let out a big sigh, which made all of the things she did to calm down pointless. A very old guy with bright sunglasses was sitting next to Savannah. To say that he didn't like fat people would be an understatement, and he wanted her to know how he really felt about her. He used his phone to start typing something. After he wrote his message, he turned up the lighting of his screen and made the text as big as it could go. He wanted this message to be easy to read. When it was done, he turned the screen so Savannah could see it. But he didn't think about the fact that the person sitting behind him could see everything. Savannah was always willing to help, so when she saw the man move his phone toward her, she asked him what he was doing. He said it was because he wanted to be able to see his TV better. But he was lying and kept adding things to his message to make it sound better. But Savannah was shocked when she saw what he had typed on his phone. You don't expect to see something so awful typed and shown to you. She quickly turned her head away and looked out the window. She didn't want to cry, and she had no idea that the man behind them had seen everything. Now it made sense why the man had changed the settings on his phone until she could see it. The written message was clear, and he didn't even try to hide it from her. He wanted everyone to know what he thought. She felt like she was back in high school, being teased again. Sitting next to a smelly fatty was the message the man had written. Savannah couldn't handle it, but she didn't know that her guardian was right next to her. The old man was hit hard on the shoulder all of a sudden. As he turned around, he heard, "I need to talk to you right now." He got up and followed the young man down the aisle, which scared him. Chaserwan was angry and said, "We're switching seats right now." The old man was shocked by the way he talked to him, so he agreed in a weak way. Chase sat back down and talked to Savannah, who was crying. Then he became a real hero to many people. Savannah and Chase started talking on the plane. Savannah was so thankful that she couldn't hold it in. But all she knew about Chase was his name, what he did for a living, and that he was also a father. When they got to land, Savannah felt like she had to tell everyone what had happened. She tried to find Chase on social media, but she couldn't. So, she wrote an emotional post on Facebook and asked everyone to share it until Chase was found. But she wasn't ready for the answer she got. Savannah's post started, "I'm only telling this story about what happened to me today so that the person who stood up for me will be recognized in some way. We waited on the runway for about 10 minutes until we got the go-ahead to take off. I couldn't stop crying in my seat. I pressed myself as hard as I could against the wall," she said. The person sitting next to me pulls out his headphones. Someone behind us says, "We're moving chairs now." The guy next to me said, "All right, but why?" And I hear someone say, without swearing, "You're texting about her, and I won't stand for that." Savannah was shocked by how many people liked, shared, and commented on her post. Many people wrote supportive comments telling Savannah that she was beautiful the way she was and not to worry about what the rude man thought. Many users thanked Chase for what he did and said that his good deed should be recognized. They were sure they could find him. Facebook detectives found Chase Irwin quickly by looking for the page of the Nashville bar and diner he managed, Dierks Bentley's Whiskey Row. Soon, people who had read Savannah's sad story started leaving well wishes and compliments for Chase on the restaurant's page. And it didn't take long for the news to find out about it. Chase told News Channel 5 in an interview that he didn't go up to the stranger and help him just to get attention. When he saw the texts that Savannah's rude seatmate was sending, something inside of him broke. "I was going to wait until the end of the flight to say something, but I couldn't let this guy sit next to her the whole time and have her think he's making fun of her," Chase said. "Seeing someone cry really gets to me, and when I saw her crying, it hit me hard and made me feel sick to my stomach." Chase had been aware of what was going on from the beginning. He knew something would happen because the old man was being too rude to her. As soon as Chase saw the text, he knew he couldn't let this old man hurt someone so badly and get away with it. But he had no idea how much his kind act would change things. The rude man had written, "Hey, babe, I'm sitting next to a smelly fat guy. She's too much for my shoulder. I feel like I'm getting sick." Chase was shocked by what he was seeing. In an interview with Inside Edition, Chase said, "When I saw her wiping away tears, my heart sank." He had to do something, he knew. He posted a short video of the man on Snapchat and wrote, "This guy, probably in his mid-50s, just texted his wife that he was sitting next to a smelly fat guy and was about to throw up. I saw her read his text message, and now she looks sad." Adding that he wasn't sure if he should talk to the man right then, he asked, "Should I just say something when landing?" Then he decided he would no longer put up with it. Chase told a local news station how much he hated discrimination in an interview. He had to do something when he saw what the old man was writing. But instead of waiting until they got off the plane to talk to him, he told a flight worker what he was going to do. Then he went up to him. Chase says that he went up to the fat shamer and told him to switch places with him right away. At first, the man didn't know what to do. He thanked Chase and asked why he thought he was giving him a better spot. Chase was about to tell him the truth, though. "Because you're a heartless person," Chase said. "I read your text, and so did the crying girl next to you. And you should really think about what other people think and feel." That kept the old man quiet, for sure. The rude man then sat down next to Savannah before he could say anything else. "He told me not to worry about that guy and that everything would be okay," Savannah said. "He said he just happened to see that guy's text messages and started shaking because he was so angry. He knew he had to do something. He told the flight attendant what he was going to do and stopped." The Facebook post that Savannah made got more than 7,000 comments and 1,300 shares. When Chase's Facebook fans found him, they sent him a lot of thank you notes. Dierks Whiskey Row posted a story about the event on Facebook and said they were so proud to tell the story about Chase. The company said, "Thank you to everyone who has sent us a message about this story. It made everyone on our team feel good." How does Savannah feel right now? "I would also like to add that I do forgive him," Savannah said in an interview. "Like everyone else, I've said a lot of things in my life that I shouldn't have. I wouldn't be any different if I hated him, so it's important to react with love. Only love can make the world change." Savannah said that she and Chase haven't talked to the man since. She has no idea who he is. And I don't really want to find out. I don't want this story to be about him. I wanted it to be about Chase and how we should all be brave like he was and stand up for others. Chase's kindness and Savannah's post brought body shaming to the top of people's minds. Body shaming is a horrible thing to do, and it needs to stop. Savannah will always think of Chase as a true hero, as will many other people, we're sure. That's it for today, friends. Please let us know what you think about this story. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon for more amazing stories.